SGA is the NBA MVP, hands down. Maybe not hands down, but there's one main reason he needs to be the MVP, and it's for the best of all sports. In a time where players mail it in, don't try hard in the regular season, take nights off, we need to set a precedent where we reward night in and night out effort. And SGA is all of that. He cared about the number one overall seed. Joker, he mailed in the last third of last year's season. This season, not as bad. He didn't care about the regular season, which is fine. But the NBA is a regular season award. Also, OKC, 3-1 record against Denver. One more thing. He had the most points, assists, and blocks combined while a 50% plus shooting click since Michael Jordan. Unheard of. This guy, stat-wise, was a behemoth. So not only was he the number one overall seed in the hardest conference, in, the best team, he was like a stat monster. Also, he's the best two-way player in the NBA. Joker is a wizard. He will go down as one of the 7 greatest players of all time, if not higher. But defensively, he's a bit of a liability. SGA led the league in steals. He was second in guards for blocks. He actually tied with Joker with blocks, even though he gives up about a foot in total reach and height and 70 pounds, tied with the Joker in blocks. If Luka was the first overall seed in the West and put up those defensive stats, it would be hands down, no questions asked, he would be the MVP. If the Joker was number one seed and had those defensive stats, he would be minus 10,000 to win the MVP. Yet somehow SGA does this and we're just like, oh, his team's really good. No, it's not. They're the youngest team in the league. Sure, they've got some talent, but let's not pretend that Denver isn't laden with talent, that Luka doesn't have the most skilled player in the NBA history playing alongside him. It's absurd. And let's just dive into some of these stats. So he's got the most efficient field goal percentage. As mentioned, leads the league in steals. He was second in field goal percentage for guards. He's one of 3 players to average 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists with Luka and Giannis. And he's just unreal. Like I said, he put up some numbers that no one's done since Jordan. So he needs to be the MVP. Like, let's reward the regular season. Let's reward effort. Without SGA, the Thunder are missing the playoffs. With him, they're the number one seed in the hardest conference in basketball. He also loves to get his hands dirty. This is actually the biggest thing we should have led with. He leads the league in free throws made. And he's also the only player to shoot 87%, or he's just the 4th player in NBA history to shoot 87% or better for people who have shot at least 600 free throw attempts in multiple seasons. So, outrageous. He'd be the 7th different player in 51 total seasons to have 30 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals per game. In the clutch, league leading 58% field goal percentage. And there's one thing I loved. He's tied with Jokic on win shares. He leads the NBA in plus minus. And he just cares. Like he just doesn't settle for threes. In the NBA, everyone settles for threes, fadeaways. Look at Tatum. He tries to end the game on a bullshit Kobe fadeaway. I mean, Kobe's fadeaway isn't bullshit. Even though he missed an unreal amount of shots that people seem to forget in the clutch, he wasn't as incredible as people remember. Still love him, but stats. SGA goes to the rim. He drives, hits the free throws, makes the tough shots, gets in to people, doesn't do this fadeaway nonsense, looks for contact. That's it. Let's reward the regular season. Yes, Joker will be the better player probably all time, but this year. It's a regular season award. He's got to win it. Also, I'm wearing a Thunder jersey. Also, I'm Canadian. Semantics.